Okay, that handwriting, they should let us see what they write. Really? Hey, it's Gabriel here and I welcome you to woul. One thing I've noticed is that most of you don't watch my video to the end. So when I ask you guys to subscribe to the channel at the end of the video, most of you don't see it. Well, I have developed a new technique. I'm asking you guys to subscribe to this channel. Also, don't forget to hit on the notification bell. And finally, click on the like button so that YouTube can suggest my video to a lot of viewers so as I can grow with you guys together. Yeah, one thing I have forgotten to add. I try my best to make this whole channel very interactive. So at the end of the video, I always ask you guys questions for you to comment in the comment section. But because you don't watch the video to the end, you don't actually comment. So this time around, I've decided to start with a question. So whatever I'm coming to share, if you don't like something about doctors, you can also comment in the comment section. And if you've fallen a victim to any of these attitudes, you can also comment in the comment section what. Let's get straight into the video finally. As you know already, our work demands we talking to people each and every day in our lives. And so we need to develop this doctor-patient relationship. Because of this, I took it to social media to find out what people actually don't like about doctors. So I had some few responses that I would like to read for you guys and comment. The ones that I can comment on, I'll comment on it later in the comments. Well, the main purpose of doing this video is to actually help change this attitude of the upcoming doctors and those who are already in the field as practitioners. Well, you shared your problems with me, what you don't really like about doctors, but I had to also consult few doctor friends of mine to know their opinion about whatever you talked about. And hopefully, I will share with you the reasons why they do some of these things and then the reasons why they need to maintain these things. Because based on the opinions they gave, I think there are some attitudes that still have to be maintained, and so there's no way they are going to change it, but there are some that actually we really need to change. So stay glued as I bring them to you. They like asking too many questions, especially when you go with STDs. STD, that would be sexually transmitted disease. It's really necessary. Sometimes patients feel intimidating to answer these questions, but it's very necessary. It's never unnecessary. Especially when you come and I ask you that, how did you do whatever you did that you got the STDs? You feel like if it's sex, people actually don't want to open it out because you feel like the person will be judging you. But we really have to know so we know how to go about the treatment. So it's very, very important we ask those questions. It's not unnecessary, it's really necessary. So don't feel intimidated next time you are asked that question. You should go ahead and answer it as it is because we need it to save your life. Okay, some of them are arrogant. Do I look arrogant? Well, I'm not yet a doctor. Maybe if I become a doctor, I might look, or I may be arrogant. But I don't think so. But it's your opinion. So if you think they're arrogant, doctors, you have to check yourself. You have to check yourself and make some changes because the patients really need your full attention. And so if you're arrogant, it becomes difficult for them to approach you. So this one says they chop patient for hospital. Them they chop a patient food. Don't mind me, I get you. I'm just joking. I get you. Me personally, I've never heard this before, but I think they happen a lot. And not only in hospitals, It happens in firms, in companies, and then bosses actually try to take advantage of vulnerable people in the company. So it's something that happens. But doctors, if you know you're a doctor and you have this attitude, please, the people know about it, and so I will plead with you that you change this attitude of yours. So this one says they are very rude. Hey, I like stressing on the very, very rude. Well, when you say someone is rude, it depends. Okay, it depends on. But I know a lot of people answering this question have had an experience. So I think when they say a doctor is very rude, because they've met a rude doctor. So yeah, if you are one of those guys, you need to check yourself and then adjust yourself, because we really need the patients to talk to us, for us to know what's wrong with them. This one says they are too rude, and again they are too rude and they always think about themselves. Some don't know how to talk. That's what makes someone rude. So I think the person is trying to repeat. And so they always think about themselves. Yeah, we have to think of what to eat. But we are there for the patients as well. But definitely we have to also have time for ourselves. So one way or the other, I don't agree with you. But them being rude, yeah, a lot of people have said it. You are not the only person. So yeah, if you're a doctor and you're rude, you need to check yourself. And then those upcoming ones too, you need to adapt a life whereby no one sees you as a rude person. This one says them are face no tear when them they consulting room. They might be hungry, Charlie. You dey hunger, your face no the tear, Charlie. Your face no the tear. Well, it depends. It depends whatever the person is passing through. You know, we are all human beings, and sometimes we might be having some challenges that might change our mood. But as a doctor, you need to forgo all those challenges and then provide what's best for your patient. So I think if you're a doctor and you have challenges at home, leave it home, because it can interfere whatever you're doing at the consulting room. Okay, them they love tia patient too much. Hey, actually this one is from a boy. The way you speak the pigeon there. Well, when they say tia, it means they like shouting at patients. You know, when you are shouted on, you actually feel intimidated, honestly. So patients don't actually tell you their problems. So I think if you're a doctor and you shout a lot at patients, this is the best moment to reduce it, because they know about it and it actually affects the work. So yeah. This one says, with our health insurance system, okay, this one is in Ghana. Actually, all these questions are not pertaining to a particular country. It's not meant for a particular country. So it's doctors in general. But in this one is actually pertaining to Ghana. With our health insurance system here in Ghana, doctors don't really pay that much attention to their patients who use this free healthcare. So health insurance is actually a free healthcare system. So he's trying to say, go with it, they will give you full attention. Sorry, go without it, they will give you full attention, and it's so unfair. So it means that when you go with the NHIS, they don't actually care about it, because they know that you are not paying at the spot. But if you have money and you go, so I'm sure this one is Adnan's like when the problem Adnan has with doctors. So it's the same thing. Go with the money, they take care of you. But I think it's private hospital. So if you feel like I've not answered this question very well, you can go back to the video and see how I answered Adnan's question. That handwriting, they should let us see what they write. Really? Why you want to see what somebody they write? Actually, the writing is not meant for you. It's meant for a fellow doctor or maybe a pharmacist. One thing you should also know, that we don't actually learn to write that way. It's laziness. That's one thing. And another thing is the time factor. We have a lot of patients to see. We have to see a lot of patients. So definitely we have to write quickly. And perhaps we write a lot in med school. That's why we might be writing that way. But me personally too, I have started developing that way of writing. But you know something, whenever we write to our fellow doctors, they actually understand us, because whenever they see the first two letters of the word, they actually know what they are talking about. So yeah, if that works for us, why not? We will continue writing that way, because it's not meant for you to see. I hope I've answered that one right. So there's no need to know what we are writing. We don't go kill you. We are there to save life. Once again, someone said their handwriting. So already I've answered that already. The handwriting there, Charlie, is something for the. It's unfortunate that that's how it's supposed to be. Okay, this one said they ask too much unnecessary question when they know what to do. When doctors ask questions and it's outside the reason why you come to the hospital, You shouldn't think it's unnecessary. It's very necessary. For instance, when someone comes to my office and I ask, are you dating? There's a reason why I ask. Are you living with your parents? There are a lot of reasons why we ask these questions, because when I ask you if you are living with your parents, the next question might be, is any of your parents having this kind of disease that you've brought? So there are reasons why we ask these questions. None of the questions are actually unnecessary. Please. And they say others also don't do necessary labs or testing before diagnosing. Sometimes we don't actually have to do tests or labs before diagnosing patients. Okay, yeah, it's not in all cases, because sometimes, like for instance, when someone comes with what you call lung infection, sometimes you can just diagnose the person without doing certain lab tests. You can actually even give the person medication. So yeah, it's not all disease that actually demands lab test, and moreover, lab test is very expensive to do. So I don't think in this case I really agree with you, because doctors actually know what they are doing when it comes to asking for lab test before diagnosing. You don't expect them to do everything lab test before diagnosing, Charlie. We have the clinical aspect in our head, so we know what we actually do. So this one says they are always busy. Yeah, because we have to treat patients, so definitely we have to be busy. It's not a good thing to be busy with patients, except if you are busy with something else other than patients. So it's a good thing. And I hope I've commented on all your responses, and I think some of you don't agree with me. If you think you don't agree with me, you can still comment in the comment section, so that we can still help educate others too as well. And then I'll comment. Like I said, I always love reading your comments, so put it there so I can comment on it. Whatever you agree with me with, you just go ahead and still comment it on over there. And the ones that you don't agree with me with, we can still battle it down in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching this video. And once again, this video was actually to help the upcoming doctors know the things people don't like about them, so that they can do some adjustment, and the things that can remain, like writing, prescribing medications. That's how we write. There are certain things we can't change, please. We need time to see other patients too as well. So forgive us if you write like that, we can't change it. Thank you once again for watching the video. See you guys in the next one, and this has been it.